Yo, 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 what is going on, RoK Familia? It is your boy BN, aka Mr. Kingdom Builder, and today we are bringing it back to our second iteration round of reviewing all active, or at least the majority of jumper projects that are out there. Just so you know, we scoured a couple of the high volume discords that post a lot of ads, and we went back a couple days to try and find, and then myself joining, as many as we could. So in the video, we're going to review all of the projects. There's going to be a couple points that we're going to touch on that I believe every project should have at minimum / be doing. This is mainly going to be focusing on the preparation of projects, right? So before they actually create their accounts to start leveling, before they go to their final kingdom. And the idea here is going to be to gauge the level of preparation that each of these projects are bringing and have currently at the moment, in hopes of efforts being made for the players out there, as this being an additional resource for you to utilize when it comes to kind of picking and choosing which project you may want to join based on your individual needs and wants. With that in mind, as always, if you enjoy the content, make sure you sub, like, ring the notification bell. And of course, if you want to join and be a part of our conversation, hit up the Discord. You can find a link to that in the pinned comment description right down below. And remember, new videos are coming out every day at 9 a.m. Eastern time / 14 UTC in game. So a few things just to show off real quick is, one, we do have a spreadsheet here, which is for showing off all active projects. Again, I will have to eventually update this because I think a few of these have now officially started as of a couple days ago, their jump creation process. But you'll be able to go through here and see just a few columns. You'll be able to see who the people are, founders / leaders, and probably one of the more important parts here is the unique ID identifier. This is something that players cannot change on their Discord accounts, right? Even if they change their name, their profile pic, the last 4 digits, you cannot change this unique ID. And so that's something you can pretty much use to kind of find anyone, as long as they're in that Discord. There's also a little trick you can do with that too as well, but I might save that for later. With that in mind, I also have a historical tab. This kind of shows all projects, and I'll be eventually adding all of these as far as where they landed, unless there's a note. Like sometimes you might see, like, again, if they joined another project, and then DNS is for did not start. I also have links here to all their ads, which I thought was really important, so that way it could kind of show you what they were promoting, you know, closer to when, prior to them jumping. So that's a little bit there. And then the last thing to go off of is this is our criteria. So these are the 4 things we're going to be taking a look at. And then at the end of the video, I'm going to show you my jumper project as a way to show you a baseline that we're comparing to, and why I believe these 10 points, just at minimum, are important for every project to have. So you have a table of contents, an index page. And we have announcements, and we'll talk on that a little bit, but that kind of goes into more formatting of announcements, and we'll show those things. Positions and applications, having a jump plan, kingdom plan and goals, jump / kingdom resources, introductions and resumes, recruiting, a ready check, and meetings. These are the 10 things that I think are really important that every project should have, and that's going to be the criteria that we're going to be going off of when we review each project. And then I'll give you a little bit of feedback here and there, but really we want to try and go through these as quickly as we can. I think, very last thing I want to say here on the jumper community. I want to give a big shout out to Raia, who was the previous founder of the jumper community. Her successors, her admin team, have now taken over for the new jumper community. But I want to just give a very fond, not necessarily a farewell, but I want to say thank you to everything that she has put in. I've had the opportunity over the course of, I don't even know, maybe a year or so to have multiple conversations with her, text and voice, and it was always a pleasure for me to, you know, share anything and be able to kind of just think tank with her. And it's been great to see what she's built here at the jumper community, which essentially is just a Discord that focuses on the entire jumper community, whether it's for recruiting purposes, if it's for players to find places to go, for projects to post ads, if it's for leaders to talk and coordinate, to help with logistics such as which final kingdom are you going to kind of help projects increase their rates of success so they can also avoid landing in a kingdom with other projects. There's just a lot of great stuff here. And so, again, if you want a link to this, a link to any of the projects that I talk about, the spreadsheet as well, and anything else, it'll be in the description right down below. Okay, with that out of the way, nice little short one, let's go ahead and dive into the first project. So we're going to look at HOGWARTS, and again, using our criteria, we got a rules page, cool, okay, we got announcements, and honestly would like for these to be formatted a little bit more. I think, as I said this before, I think it's okay if you're going to post something short, but it has to be kind of a follow-up to something longer and more fulfilled. These, I think, are just too short of posts for me. I would like to see something a little bit longer, a little bit more well put, so to speak. Okay, and then we got roles. And the thing about roles is that I'm just not a fan of roles, right? I think these are just something that takes a minute or two and then no one looks at these again. And I've never seen a project that has actually used the answers here from roles as like a reaction role or something that it assigns them and then take that information and use it for something later on. Now, if there's a project that has done that, I'd love to see it. And I'd love to hear how you incorporated that. Because for me, the only things I think you could do is if you have a time zone type thing, maybe if you're doing the continents, could be something. Maybe if you need rally leaders that have a specific troop type. I mean, right? I mean, you're really kind of having to stretch these. But I'm never going to agree with asking people how much they spend. Why? Because there's no guarantee that you're ever going to be able to know if someone is going to spend or not. And here's the kicker. Until they actually decide to, right? Doesn't matter what anyone tells you. I don't care if someone has already spent 20 grand on an account before and they tell you they're going to spend again. Until they actually spend, that is when you will know. Until you see those chests coming in and you're able to click on them and you see who they're coming from. And then if you really want to do it, depending on how much they spend, you try to tally all that up and you see if that's how much they're spending per month, to make sure that it equates out to what they selected. Otherwise, in my opinion, just don't ask the question, because you might also have people on here, and here's the other kicker. You may have people on here that lie and put that, yeah, they're going to be a mid-high level spender just so they can get paired with other spenders, or they can find out who those people are. I'll give you an example. I can go onto this individual post and I can click reactions, and I can now look at everyone here who's selected, and I can contact these people and see if they're actually going to spend the money that they say they're going to spend. And you can also have people that can recruit or poach, if you will, because now you have an active list of people that have selected that, so they can reach out to these people who are spenders and say, hey, look, we have 20 Krakens of people that are going to spend a bunch of money. We'll offer you a spot in our spender-only alliance, and they can just go around and basically just try and recruit everyone's spenders and then just make a bunch of spender. I mean, again, right, you're probably getting the idea of where I'm going here with that. Okay, then we get the jump plan. This seems a little light for me based on what I'm seeing, but okay, I mean, they do. We have crew. I like this. I'm a big fan of position channels because it shows you who's where. Welcome, and then that's pretty much it. So let's go down. Table of contents that shows you all the channels you have and what those channels are about. Information you can find, not there. Announcements, they're okay, but a little bit on the lighter side when it comes. Area of improvement or opportunity is there. Positions and applications, I don't see anything here for that. Jump plan, yes, but light. Kingdom plan and goals, no. Jump kingdom and resources, okay. I mean, they have guides down here, so I would probably argue and say this is light in my opinion. Some of these might not be fully written out. Then we have introductions and resumes. Nope. Recruiting, whether that's a recruiting ad, channel, kind of how to help out. I don't see that here. A ready check, no, nothing about meetings. So, okay, let's go to our origins. And origins, this is French. House is a great show. Okay, nothing really here. Let's move to Sparta. So if we go to Sparta, let's go to nothing really here. So let's go rules, hierarchies. So let's take a look, right, from what we can see. Table of contents. I don't see it. Oh, well, channel explanations. This is kind of what that is, but it's not filled out. Announcements, which would be here. Nothing in announcements. Positions, applications. I don't see anything there. Jump plan. Hierarchy. I don't see anything here about a plan. Kingdom plan goals. I don't. Oh, here we go. Detail of the jump. Okay, no, nothing really. How about our objectives? How about roles? 0. Okay, yeah. Nope, nothing. And then we have introductions. What did I say? Jump kingdom resources. Nope. Introductions, resumes. Don't see anything. Recruiting. Message to recruit. So, oh, I see. Okay, cool. So we got something here. Now this is okay, but I want to point something out. If I was to copy this, just to show you an example, and let's say I hit Control-C, Control-V to post, it doesn't format anything you do for bolds, underlines, any types of those things. So this is why it's important that if you're going to post a message, you want to post it in a Word doc with all the formatting BBB code. That's the code that they use on Discord. And apply that code, or I should say one of the codes that I know of. And so you use that code and you put it in a Word doc so that way they can open the Word doc, copy, paste it, and then this is what the final product looks like. And then how about a ready check? I don't see a ready check channel listed. Meetings, I don't see anything here about meetings and nothing in the announcements, right? So those would be the opportunities there. Let's look at Exiled Family. Get verified. Oh, I guess I have to post. Okay, but they do have... And see, this is my thing, right? I kind of get it to an extent because I used to do this for my first 1 or 2 projects where I kind of gated the access. And then eventually over time, as I think I've done 9 projects now across 2 games, I just don't do that. I just don't think there's a need to, right? Because you're going to lose people that just don't want to go through the hoops to get verified. Also, you have to account for players that are new to Discord that they could turn out to be great assets. They could turn out to be people that just love everything about your project and being involved, and maybe they turn out to end up being spenders. Maybe they turn out to be hardcore free-to-play grinders, but you wouldn't know that because you're denying them the opportunity because you're gating your access, where some people are just not going to want to go through that. So my pro tip here would be just don't gate access. Gate access once you make it to the final kingdom. Then you can start gating access, right? Where people have to show you their profile cards, or if you want people to be at 100k power and show you it before they get verified, whatever it may be, go through something like that, which is my recommendation based on my experience. Okay, let's look at Nightclub. So for Nightclub here, let's take a look, and we have... Okay, so we got a kingdom plan. Ooh, okay, nice. Here we go. So we got... Okay, cool, look at this. They got a little structure here. We got rotation. We got a kingdom plan. Oh, this is nice. Mightiest Governor. They got data tracking. We got Nightclub. Leave that there, please. We got territory plans. We got a kingdom plan. And let's see what else we got here. Okay. So, okay. Okay, cool. Then we got some territory drawings on how that'll play out. Okay, so not bad, not bad. And then let's look at jump plan. Okay, cool. We got jump plan too. Let's see. Ooh, a little light here, in my opinion. But, okay. But still, right? They at least have something. Let's talk about verify. Verify support welcome. We got choose roles. Again, you guys know how I feel about those. Choosing alliances. I'll be honest. I just think it's better just to randomly assort because that way you know it's done equally. Leadership applications, cool. But this is officer. I think it'd be nice if they had officer and leader, unless they just don't care. If that's the case, I wouldn't say leadership applications. Huckleberry Finn, my daughter over there, there's no sauce, got the legs, the pant legs lifted up. But put officer and leader, and then just say management applications. That'd be a little bit easier. Let's look at announcements. And, ooh, okay. Oh, nice. So we do town hall meetings. Fantastic. Okay. Don't know if I've seen a project do that before. Well, for ones I've seen. Okay. And we got... Okay, I'm getting closer. I mean, this is okay, right? Some of these do just kind of come off as walls of text. These are short. Yeah, I mean, and I just think, like, look at this, man. Two pings in one day. I mean, this is a little better here, right? A little more formatted where you have some separation. I probably would have bolded this. Maybe an underline, bold underline this probably. Again, just to have it be a little cleaner looking, but this is a little better. Some of these afterwards, though, you know, just not too much. Something like this, right? If you're just kind of doing a follow-up announcement for a meeting that you've already explained, then awesome, right? Then that's no problem. I don't think you have to go too much with it. So this is probably bare minimum for me. And then we have, let me see, we got some RoK content. We got invite link. Okay. Nice. We got pre-jump advice. Okay. We got recruit here. We got recruitment mail. Oh, cool. So here they have how it looks. And then we got an ad. Okay, see, right, so they got the doc here. Let's see if it's formatted the way. So it is formatted, right? So here you go. You can see here that it is formatted. And what you should be able to do, right, let's just see. You should be able to right-click and copy, right? So you can go through here, and I can do all, like Control-A, copy. Let me just show you an example, right? And if I go through, let's just go to Kingdom Chat. right? If I post it, well, you know what? I'm not going to post it there. But just as an example, if you did post it, it should then work, right? And so that's kind of what I'm talking about, right? So that's good. I think that they have that. We got redeem codes. That's good that they have that for anything that's active. We got officer roles. I think this is probably more of what I would just say is positional roles. And how do we ask? All right, manners. Well, what are you talking about? What do you mean you have to ask? You already opened it. Oh my gosh, enjoy yourself, woman. Okay, so again, right, we got some stuff here. Issues, let me see, MGEs. We got announce, rules. Okay, so I mean, I probably wouldn't even have these open then, or just viewable if there's nothing that you can do in them. Let me see, then we got fun stuff. Let's minimize that. We got kingdom, chat, form suggestions, trees, beginner guides. Okay. To be honest, I think with this type of stuff, you just put it in one post. I just think it's a lot easier. Guide intro. I don't know if there's anything here specifically on jumping, but okay. So let's look at what we know. Table of contents page. There's not one there. Announcements. I would say they're okay. I would say they're okay, right? I don't think they're good. I don't think they're bad, right? I just think they're kind of on par, right? At par. Right, where I think they're okay enough to get by, but I would like to see a little more consistency here, just so it doesn't come off as we're just kind of throwing them out, more so in those regards. Okay, positions and applications, right? So they have an officer apply, which you technically can, but if you're referencing departments, why aren't there applications for departments, right? Unless you're going to wait to do those. And if that's the case, I would post something about it because, right, in the plan that they have for the Word documents, they reference that. So some people could be wondering why that is. In addition, as I said, it says leadership applications. I would probably say management applications because all you have is one here, right? Maybe explain, hey, we're only recruiting for officers or something like that. Maybe that's in the announcement and we missed it. Right, then we get to jump plan. They have one. Kingdom plan and goals. They have one. Jump / kingdom resources. It seems as though they do and have some here. Right there in the guide section. So we'll see, yeah. Introductions and resumes. They do not have that. I did not see that here. Choose a lot. Yeah, I didn't see that here anywhere. Recruiting. They do have a good recruitment because they have it also in the Word doc, and they also list off Discords that you can join to go ahead and promote those in. Then we have a ready check. No ready checks as of yet, even though I think they said... where I don't know if there's anything here that says like when they're going to jump exactly, but doing a ready check I think you can do at almost any point in time. And then meetings. They do meetings. So I'm a big fan of that. I love the fact that projects do town hall meetings where they'll go through and answer questions and essentially just kind of be there for anything that they need. So again, I'm a big fan of that. Love that Nightclub does that. And here it is November 19th, right, is when they go. At least that's what it looks like. So as of the recording of this video, 4 days. Okay, let's look at the Ascendance jump. So here we go for Ascendance. Now, I want to point out, right, this is, from what I understand, a really big project. And I'm actually shocked that I got access to this too, and I'm going to show you guys here on the sidebar if I can. Just depending. So you have new members, right? So here you go. Look, offline. Do they have, I don't even know how many people. They have a lot of people. So, and I think it's part French, part English, right? So it's kind of a hybrid mix from what we can see. And I don't know where the sidebar is here. Oh, I can't. I don't know where to scroll the old-fashioned way. But there's a lot of people in here. And this is interesting to me because, right, when we go in, right, if we take a look at, and I just wanted to show you guys, I don't know if they have it listed here. Friends, let me see, getting started, select language, announcements. Oh, maybe I don't have access to it anymore. But there was something they had, which I thought was pretty cool. And And then so you can see here announcements chat. They have this for, I think this is probably the French version, but nothing's in there. And then you have guides, videos, looks like jump guide, right? So they have a few more pieces of information, right? Only one post I think has been made so far, which was done about 5 days ago. But you can see here, right? It says, hey, everyone, we're going to reach 900 members. They have people that have completed forms, right? So I ended up completing a form to get access here. And again, they've recruited a ton of people. So, I imagine it's kind of a mix of recruiting some French players and then some English-based players. And here we can see, right there's some information here. Again, this is similar to me. When we're posting announcements, I would just like to format this a little bit more. Even though, yeah, you're bolding and you got some bullet points, it still comes off to me as a wall of text. And so, and I'll give you an example when I show you guys my project at the end of the video on how I like to go about writing announcements, because I just think it's a lot cleaner. It's a little more polished. It comes off as more fine-tuned, that you're not reading a wall of text, and it doesn't come off as though it's kind of too overbearing, right, per section. Because this is just a lot to read, right, to kind of expect anyone in that regard to read. So, again, do I like the fact that this person did attempt to format a bit? Of course I do. I like that they're at least bolding to kind of show you what the line item itself is about or has included in it, so you can more easily define and maybe pick and choose what you want to read if you don't read everything. Then we get to planning. So it says times are not fixed, right? May depend on the game. And this kind of gives you a timeline. I actually like this. I'm a big fan of infographics. So I like the fact that they have this listed here, which is starting to form alliances and informations, right? Creation of jump accounts, tell you what they're going to do, when they're going to jump. I'm not sure if end of December. I understand that there might be seasonal rewards, but that's also a time where a lot of people are spending time with their families. So I usually try to avoid these, just in my opinion. But I like the fact that they have something listed there. Okay. Then we get to wherever anything else on here is guides, right? So if we go to forum, we have codes, and we see videos. Okay, so they have some videos here. Looks like jump guides. Again, I'm always going to say this. I'm always disappointed when no one has my guide video on here, because as I always say, right, I mean, I have the best walkthrough, full comprehensive guide video out there on the market. Not to slight anyone else's videos, it's just none of the other videos go through every single piece that you really need to know when it comes to a new player or someone that doesn't know everything that they can do when they're jumping. Most of the other videos, if not all of the ones that I've seen, are kind of more highlight overviews. Then we got tips. Okay, cool. We see talents, we see jump guide. Right. Okay. Cool. Yeah. So this is actually pretty. This again, right? They have a jump guide, right? So pretty detailed. Cool. And then we have a migration guide, kind of how to go about that, right? So cool. I like that. I even like how they're using. I forget what bot this is, but I like how they're at least using the a bot and just renaming it, right? And again, kind of going through with the details. I like the attention to detail, right? Where they're using the images and things like that. These, I don't know if these are custom made, but again, I really like how this is. I like how this part here is formatted. This is clean looking to me, so I'm definitely a fan of that. Okay, now let's go through what we think, right, are the big stuff. So table of contents does not exist here. Announcements, there's only been one so far. Positions and applications, none are listed. Now, I think there's some on the application form. However, once you get access in here, if you're looking to apply for those positions, there's nothing else. So I think having a dedicated channel for that is a must. Having a jump plan, they do have, I guess, a plan. It's not detailed. It's more of a light overview plan, but one exists. Do they have a kingdom plan and goals for how the kingdom's going to play out and what standards and expectations and management styles are going to be approached for certain events? There's not that. Do we have jump and kingdom resources? We have some, right? I would say this is light. Then do we have introductions and resumes, right, on who are the leaders? There's nothing here that's listed for that, so that's needed. Recruiting. Again, recruiting is light. You have an invite for the Discord, but you don't have, from what I can see, an actual link right here that says, hey, you guys can recruit in this way. This is how it's going to be done. That'd be nice to have. A ready check for how many people are actually confirmed that they're going to jump. You could make the argument that people that have passed the application status will, but even in my case, people like, if I got access here and I saw a ready check, I would not react to that. Why? Respectfully, that's a professional courtesy. I would not react because I'm not going to jump with them, right? So it's important to have that there, because even though you have all these people that are applying and you have a lot of people in the Discord, that does not mean that every single person that you verify is actually going to jump. Then you have meetings. Nothing here about meetings, right? So even though I think parts of the presentation appear to be really well done here with Ascendance, and like I said, I wish I could show you guys their application that they use via Google Forms, because I think it's really, really well done. Unfortunately, I don't know how to access it right now. So I think the appearance is that it comes across that areas of the project are visually presented very well. But I think when it comes to the execution portions, and once you kind of get in behind the curtain, there's not really as much as there should be, in my opinion. So some opportunities there. Okay, now let's get to the Rings family. So Rings family, we got announcements, kind of similar to the other one, right? Just really small. Again, I'd like kind of more full announcements, and not kind of just limits right there, in my opinion. So let's go down the list, right? Table of contents channel. Do we see one? We got rules. We got welcome, introduction. Okay, this is just for, I guess, people just to randomly introduce. Too many channels. This is just too much for me. Again, I understand what they're doing, but don't make your text so hard to read. It's like, again, man, less is more, right? There's something that you can say, which is kind of like, gosh, what's that word that people use, right? Where they say, there's something such as like define, like something elegant, right? Just simple elegance, right? That you can strive for. And I'm a big fan of that, especially when creating Discords. I just don't think that we need to kind of over bedazzle. That's my word. That's my go-to. We don't need to over bedazzle a Discord server, in my opinion. So we have announcements. What do I have? Announcements. We got officer intros. I like this. However, I will say this. I like that the channel exists. I'm not a fan that there's not a format. I think that if you're like, one of the things I do for my leads and my officers is I say, hey, here's an example of my introduction. I would like for you to write something up that's at least a paragraph, right? Give me at least 5 to 6 good sentences that describe you, and then, here's a little bit of how you can format it kind of beginning to end, right? And then they just write it on their own. That level of consistency shows a level of committed professionalism that everyone is loyal to, but not even just that, they're willing to do that because they love where they're at, and they love that there's this level of unison and organization that is beyond what they came in thinking it could be, or maybe was. So that, to me, I think is really important. R5, R4 applications. Right now it says, please, if you want to be an officer or leader in the new kingdom, please apply here by using apply leadership. I see. So it's /. Let's see. Is that /apply? Oh, I see. Cool. So yeah, it's using, what is that, API or something? So if we did that, then it's leadership. Okay, cool. Yeah. So there's something there. I'll be honest. I guess I would probably take a screenshot of that, and then I would post it here, and I would define this a little bit more so it's clearly. I'd probably put some quotations there so it doesn't just look as it's run on text. Again, right, just thinking about how someone who's new, who's not familiar with using that, is going to be able to find it, right? Remember, it's not about approaching it from what you already know. It's about approaching it from what does someone who has no idea how to access this, and that's how you should be writing things. Okay, then we get to advertisement. So we got... I'm not sure exactly what's happening here on the advertisement page. Okay, so let's go. Oh, here we go. Recruitment. So cool, right? So they have something here. Doesn't seem like anything is not formatted where you have to write it out in its own documents. I think you're okay. We got recruit here, so they got some channels listed. That's good. Kingdom news. Again, right? If you're not posting anything, just don't have it there, right? That's my big thing. Okay, cool. So they have a kingdom plan. RoK announcements. Let's download this. What's this? What's this kingdom plan? Okay. So, I mean, it's something. Probably more of a high level overview from what it looks like. And then we got information here. What's names? No idea what this channel is. Suggestions, counting. What's alliance quotes? Okay, I guess. Free to play jumper guides. Still wondering where my jumper guide is. Pre-jumper account registration. I guess. Okay, so let's go down. Table of contents does not exist. Announcements are okay. Right, I would say on par, maybe a little bit below, in my opinion. Positions and applications, you have an application, but you don't have kind of positions listed, like what's available, or for example, right, what positions are all available? Is it only one position? If that's the case, right, because remember, it says leadership applications, but when I do the hashtag, it only shows me one, right? It doesn't show me all that are available, so that's important. Kingdom plans, or sorry, jump plan, didn't really see one. Kingdom plan, light, I would say very light. When it comes to jump kingdom resources, I guess there's some here in the form of guides that you would have. Introductions and resumes, we don't have those. So introductions from everyone, resumes from, hey, where did they, is this their first project? Have they done multiple? Right, how did those go? Recruiting. I guess yes here. Ready check, no ready check. Meetings, nothing about meetings. Okay, let's go to Middle Earth. So Middle Earth here, kind of the same, man. I'm just, and I don't know what it is. I just don't get it, right? Like, to me, it almost comes off as though we're in this type of Generation Z millennial, like we're just short texting and we're sending tweets out. Discord announcements are not tweets, right? And so, again, write these, have a full announcement is always going to be my thing. Kingdom plan. Okay, so they actually have a kingdom plan. Cool. Jumper plan, they don't. In that case, hide the channel, wait until you have something, and then post it. Alliance selection, I'm the same way, right? Randomly assort people, because what you're going to have happen is exactly what's happening now, right? Whoever has the most amount of people in an alliance, that's where you're going to have a higher chance of players that are coming and going. Why? Because they want to make sure they're a part of a full alliance when they go in, which might make it harder now to join other alliances. Where to recruit? Okay, cool. I like, but a lot of these links are invalid. Again, that comes off as unprofessional, right? Have your stuff together. So that means we should update these. Unless this is, it still should no matter what. So again, I would update those. Recruitment, right? So you have this here. Nothing's super formatted, so I don't think you need a Word doc for that. Invites, this is showing who has invited who. I don't know. It doesn't really matter to me, if it just, because remember, it's not like it's not like you're posting something and then you're saying, here's the order and who has the most invites. Now, if you're going to do that, then you don't really need to show this channel anyways. It's not as though people are going to go through here and they're going to be like, these people have so many invites that they've done, right? It's more of, use this as data tracking and then pull the data and then include it in a section of your announcement, right? That's nicely formatted that says, hey, here's who's recruited the most amount of people and top down, something like that. Maybe you show the top 5 or whatever it may be. That would probably be a better way on going about presenting that information. Chat rooms, we got guides. Jumper guide, let's see. Still a shame. Why I don't see mine. Okay, and let's look now. Table of contents does not exist. Announcements does not exist. Positions applications does not exist. Jump plan, does not exist. Excuse me. Kingdom plan and goals, okay, yeah, there, cool. Jump kingdom resources, we do have some resources. Introductions and resumes does not exist. Recruiting does exist. Ready check and meetings does not exist. So again, areas of opportunity. Let's look at Afterlife. So Afterlife, let's look here, and we'll do this a little faster. So let's go announcements. General announce. Okay, cool. Yeah, again, fuller announcements in my opinion. I don't know why everything has to be bolded. It's burning my eyes, just scorching. So yeah, right. Again, just fuller announcements. Let's format. Let's organize a little bit more. Let's look table of contents. Do they have that? I don't see anything here. Right, core team, reception. These are all down. Yeah, no. And again, it should be near the top anyways. Then we have positions and applications. So apply for officer. Okay. Apply for officer position. I wonder, can you only do one of these? Is that why we're seeing that so consistent? And if that's the case, then just say, hey, we're not doing any of that, right? Or sorry, just say, hey, we're only going to do one, right? And Right, so I think that's important. I like this, though, right? They kind of list out some of the positions and what those include. I think that's important to have so people have expectations on what those positions are going to be. However, if you're going to do this, then I would make a post and just say, at this time, we're only recruiting officers. Application you can find above or below, right, depending where that post is, just so that information is a little bit more clear. And then we get, yes? Good job, sweetie. Okay, I love it. You go brush your teeth?
No.
Fantastic.
I just like it.
Okay. I love you, Huckleberry. Okay. Then we get to, let's see here. Oops, let me skadoosh that. All right. Okay. So we got no table of contents. Announcements are okay. Positions, applications, I guess. Jump plan. I don't see anything on jump plan. I do see project info, which I guess. I mean, this to me is more kind of kingdom plan goals, not really a jump plan as far as something that kind of details that out for the new people. Right, so I would like to have, okay, so that's not there. Kingdom plan goals, I guess. Jump kingdom resources, we do have some guides, so that's cool. Let's see here, free to play. I don't see anything here that's, ooh, how about general guide? Yep, of course I'm not existent here either. My feelings are being constantly crushed. Introductions and resumes. Let's see here. Okay, so we got introductions. Ooh, okay, so this is maybe better. It's just the thing is that who are these people, right? And that's the thing, right? And what I mean is, it's not as though this says leadership introductions as the channel name, right? Or lead introductions, officer introductions, right? List that out so we know who these people are. Or write it here in the description of the channel, or so in the channel description, and then write that out. That would be nice, right? To list out. So introductions are great. I think if you're going to do introductions in a resume, the good easy way is to do the introduction on the top half and then do your resume on kind of the bottom half, right? So you can list that information out. Evelyn? Sweetie, when we're in here, what are we doing? Thank you, sweetie. Okay. So again, do those types of things would be great. Then we have recruiting. I don't see anything here for recruiting. Okay. A ready check. Do we see anything here for a ready check? I don't. Again, like how they have the alliances listed out, nice to be able to list out the positions too as well that have already been occupied. And then meetings. Anything here on meetings? I don't think so. I haven't seen anything yet. Let me see, they start at 10:30. Sweetie, what did we just talk about?
Quiet.
Thank you. Only when you're in here. Thank you, sweetie. Okay. So nothing that we got here. Okay, so let's move on to the next. We got Team Lions. Man, I got a bunch here to look through. Verification. Oh, so I actually have to verify to get through. Okay, can't see anything here. Let's go to Soul's family. Cool. So for Soul's family, let's take a look. Let's see here. Announcements. So table of contents. No table of contents. Announcements. They do. Ooh, gosh, format these, please, just a little bit. Just the tweeting, the announcement tweets. They always kill me. Okay, positions and applications. Do we have any of those? I think everything's facing down. So, yeah, I don't see that. How about a jump plan? Do we have that information? I don't see a jump plan. A kingdom plan and goals. I don't see a kingdom plan and goals. Jump kingdom resources. I don't see anything that signifies that. Introductions and resumes. I have introduce yourself, but anyone can type here. So, no. Recruiting. I don't see a recruiting channel. Meetings. Ready check. I don't see those. Okay. Moving on. Definitely some things there. Let's look at Chaos Project. So, I don't know if I'm going to be able to read all of this because I think a lot of this is in another language. So, this might be a quick one here. Yeah. We're just going to go past because I can't read anything there, unfortunately. Okay. Where are we at? This is the last, who is this, the last nights? I can't even read that. How do I? Do I have to do server? I think I have to do edit profile, right? Let's see. Okay, there we go. The last of the nights. Okay. So let's look. Do we have a table of contents index channel? We do not. Announcements is next. Same thing here, man. Again, let's format a little bit. That'd be great. Let's do a little bit of spacing. Right? Don't just have it come off as kind of a general wall of text. that would be fantastico. Let's do positions and applications. Positions and applications. Leadership, maybe? Yeah, nothing really here. Guides. Okay, yeah, so no. Then let's do jump plan. Is there an actual plan? Announcements. I don't see any. I have a kingdom plan. That doesn't really do me a lot. Okay, that's not really a lot. No jump plan. Jump and kingdom resources. Looks like there's some here. And what is this? I think it's like Arabic English, if that's right. So again, I guess they kind of have a jump guide. Again, I'd like it to be a little more formatted and detailed, but one does exist. We have, for Jump Kingdom resources, introductions and resumes for people that are in leadership. No. Again, nothing's in the channel, right? Just make it invisible and then make it visible once you have information there. Recruiting. We got recruiting server. We have an ad. And, okay, so we got ad in some servers here. Okay, cool. Right? All right, so cool. They got that. Ready check. Oh, wow, we have a ready check. But nothing's there. And then meetings, right? Are we doing meetings? Any mention of meetings here in some of these announcements? Doesn't look like it. Okay. So, again, a few things there. Pokemon. Ooh, different language. I can't do anything there. Let's look at Pika Squad. And let's take a look. So, for Pika Squad... do I see table of contents, just anything like that as far as index? I don't. Self roles, questions, guys, tips. Okay, so no. Announcements. Okay, let's look at announcements. So, I mean, again, they've only been here 9 days, but, right, man, just the tweeting announcements. Oh, they hurt me. Yep. Okay, I'll be right there. Okay, so we got, which is probably going to be a minute. Okay, so nothing here really. As far as, right, I'd like this to be a little more formatted. Positions and applications. We have our 4 applications, so cool. Okay, so we got something, right? But as I said, I'd like for there to be a little bit more detail on the channels, right? So if you're only allowing for our officers to be recruited, then just say that. Okay, we got jump plan. Do we have a jump plan? I don't see anything here that is a jump plan. I have a jump guide, but that's not really a plan. I mean, I put that as more kind of resources. I guess either way. I guess you could argue maybe it is. It's just I would like for there to be something a little bit more high level. So, but okay. And then how about a kingdom plan? Do we have a kingdom plan? Any goals? I don't see anything here for kingdom plan goals. Okay. Jump kingdom resources. They do have that, right? Guides and tips. Those to me, as I said, are resources. Introductions and resumes. I see introduce yourself, but this is more individual. This isn't for management, right? That's really what we're meaning. Recruiting. We do have, I think we did see a recruitment that they had. I thought I just did. Am I blind? I swear I thought I saw they had a recruitment thing here. Maybe not. Watch it be right in front of me and I'm just missing it. Okay, I don't see anything here for recruitment. Okay, ready check and meetings. I see counting, questions. I don't see anything here for ready check. I don't see anything here for meetings. I don't think anything was mentioned about meetings here in the announcements. Okay, so let's move on. Dark Brotherhood. So, again, I think I have everything down here that I need. Don't really need that. Support. I guess we can look at that. Okay. So, do we have a welcome rules? Okay, so nothing. There's a waiting lobby. Okay, so again, no index, no table of contents. Let's look at general announcements. So this is the Dark Brotherhood. Again, I'd like to see a little bit more here when it comes just to the organization and the formatting. With this in mind, again, these are just kind of at par for me, right? I don't think these are good. I don't think they're bad. I would like to see them a little bit more formatted, right? I think it shows a level of professionalism and a level of care that you have for the players, so you're not forcing them to read what I consider to either be tweets / walls of text. Okay, then we get to positions and applications. So let's see for positions. There's an officer introduction. So again, this is nice to me. You're detailing out officers, right? Your R4s. And you give an introduction there. I don't really know if there's resumes here, but I like the fact that we at least have that. Okay, and then we have a jump plan. So let's see here. I don't see anything here that kind of lists a plan as far as a dedicated channel. Again, that's really what we're looking for. How about a kingdom plan? I don't see anything here that is listing out a kingdom plan. Okay, how about resources? We have those guides. Introductions and resumes. We have introductions, just not really resumes. How about recruiting? So we do. We have recruitment ad, and you can see that here. And then they have which I don't really know why we're posting so many times. Just have one ad makes it a lot easier. And then you have recruitment links. Now you can kind of do these one of two ways. I'll show you another way that you can do it. Also, make sure that your links are updated, and if they're not, remove them. Again, right? It's important to show that level of professionalism, or you can do it a different way. Then let's look at ready checks and meetings. Self roles. I don't see any ready checks. I don't see anything here about meetings. Role overview and alliance structure, right? Again, I like this though. Additional information, you're kind of listing that out. I would just list out their Discords though, and not just the name. And if you don't have anything here, I mean, I guess you could just leave it blank. I think that might just be an easier way, in my opinion, to do it. But okay, right? So some stuff here. We got free to play stuff. We got Jumper. Unfortunate, because I have the best Jumper guide out there. Okay. So either here or there, it just hurts my feelings. Let's go to where we at right now, where we're gonna go. Let's go to Eternals. And okay, I think I have everything here dropped down that is relevant. Chats. I'm gonna get rid of that. I just want to kind of focus on what the important stuff is here. Plan, guides, event guide, content. Okay, so let's go here. So we got, again, do we have a table of contents, something like that? So let's look. What do we got? We got verify, info, maybe. Okay, so nothing there. Roles, we have those listed. Booster, oh, maybe rulebook? No. Okay, so it doesn't look like we have that. Announcements. Okay, so we have an announcement channel. Awesome. And, okay, I like this a little bit more. This is a little bit more formatted. I should also note that Hanma was a part of one of my projects before, so glad to see that. Glad to see that my Padawan is banging it out hard there. Again, right? I like that there's a little bit more formatting here. I'm a big fan of using numbers, right? Just so it kind of shows you, hey, this is 1, 2, 3, 4. For me, I like that. However, the fact that they're at least defining the different sections in this way, I think is good. Right, regardless. And this is just more of a well put together. Even though it's short, it doesn't necessarily have to always be long. But I do like how these parts are separated. I think that makes it easier to digest and to read. Right, and you can kind of see the difference between when some people make posts and others. I'm a big fan of that. So again, at least for some of the announcements, I do like. Okay, then we get to positions and applications. So here we go for applications. And okay, I probably would put a little more spacing here, even if you just do like a shift enter and then just do a bunch of hyphen dots or hyphen line breaks. That would be cool, just so you can kind of separate some of those pieces. Here, come on, sweetie.
Mommy,
Yes?
want to watch chili.
Okay, I'll be right there and I'll press play.
But Daddy's mom said you had to put chili.
She did? Okay, 3 seconds. Let's go, real fast. Come on, real fast, let's go. You want this one? Okay, do this, I'll be right back. Oh, give me. Okay, yo, we're back. Talk about just like mid-sprint in the video. But what can I say? This is a long one. I can't really do these in any kind of a short capacity, unfortunately. So thanks for hanging in there with me. So here we go, right? We get to applications, and we have, again, right, departments here. Again, I like how these are listed. I would just like for it to be a little bit more of a line break. I don't know if we need all of these that are going on here. Maybe just none at all, or one. Or if you're going to do it, maybe put one at top and one at the bottom. Could be my thing. Okay, here. And then we go to position applications. How about a jump plan? What do I have there? So do we have a plan here? Okay, here we go. Plan. Okay. So we have something, right? Plan. I don't know if we have goals. Kingdom rules. Let me see. We have a rule book. Kingdom rule book. Okay, so we actually have like an index and stuff like that as far as how they're going to do. Okay, cool. So I mean, again, right, super detailed, but they have something. And then we talk about Jump Kingdom resources, guides. So they got a bunch of resources here. Cool. Do they have anything here like a jump guide, free to play guide? I don't know if we have a jump guide here. Let's see. So we do a bunch of stuff here. Okay, cool. Right? So a bunch of stuff. Then we get to, what do we have? Introductions and resumes. So we got leader's intro and we have officer's intro. Okay, so again, we have something, right, which is at least an introduction here for leaders and officers, so good stuff. Recruiting, we have advertising and recruiting channels. A ready check, and then do we do meetings? So I don't see anything here about a ready check. That would be cool if we did. Let me see if there's any mention here on meetings. Watch new film, meetings if you received. No, so nothing. Activity, I'll be doing group voice chat at least every 2 days. Okay, so they mention it, but I think it'd be nice to have just a dedicated meetings channel. I think it's just easier to do unless you're going to make an announcement in the actual announcement portion. Okay, then we'll get to Dark Squad. So Dark Squad jumpers, right, let's get to, I don't see a table of contents here listed. I have all of these down. Announcements. Okay, so, okay, kind of similar like what we talked about before. Positions and applications. So, let's see, R4 application. Okay, so they have an R4 application here, right, who those who want to be. And like I said, I think it's important just to mention if you're recruiting for what specific positions. Even though it does say R4, it's nice just to mention, hey, we're only recruiting for R4, right? I just think it's something nice to add in so that way people have some good expectations. Jump plan, kingdom plan and goals. I don't see anything here about a plan as far as kind of what they're going to do, even if it's just in their own right. So that would be nice. Arc, I don't think I need that. I don't think I need that. I don't think we can mark this. They got a bunch of guides down here. Okay. So again, nothing really there. How about Jump Kingdom resources? So they do. They have a bunch of guides. Awesome. Introductions and resumes. So nothing, probably here on the leadership channel, but like we said before, there's nothing here. Just go ahead and invisible it, right? Hide it, and then bring it back when you have. Then we get to recruiting. So for recruiting, we have no link server. Oh, I like this. I like how they mentioned no link server, link server, like pages that you can mention. This is actually pretty cool. The only server Discord I've seen them do that in. I think this is actually really good to do. However, I do think you can do it in just one channel, and I'll show you what I mean when I show up my Discord. Okay, and then we get to ready check and meetings. So I don't see anything here for ready check, and I don't see anything here that has mentioned meetings that we've looked at so far. Okay, so let's look at Sansa time. Access, ooh, I think they switched up some of their stuff, so I don't think we can look at anything now. Yeah, we can't. Okay, so moving on. Now let's look at Soul Spartans, and let's see what they have. So we don't really need to look at this. Self-role server, I don't see anything here that shows kind of a table of context index. Okay, then we get to announcements. So they have announcements, cool. Some of these are actually okay. Let's see here. Here, come sit. Stop crying.
No, I don't like that
I'll put something else on. Come sit.
I don't like
Okay.
that one.
Let me finish first, please, okay?
Okay.
All right, thank you, sweetie. Okay, looks like I have a companion here with me for a little bit here towards the end. What am I at? 52 minutes? Jeez, this is long. Okay, but I think we're getting there. Maybe. Okay. So again, I hope you are. Let me see. I mean, okay. So some of these are okay. I'd like maybe a little formatting here specifically. I like the line breaks just so it doesn't come off as a wall of text, but have kind of a clear decision. Otherwise, I just feel like I'm reading into the ether, right? Then let's get to positions and applications. So we have applications here. Nothing really. Okay, I'd like to have a little bit more clear. How about expectations? Because expectations is, I guess, kind of their plan, maybe? What do you expect? What do we expect from you? What do we expect from the project? What do we expect from the leadership roles? What do we expect from us? I might rewrite these a little differently. I don't know if I would allow for reactions either. Just, I think it's good to have that information listed out there. And then how about a jump plan? I don't know if I see something that specifically labels a plan. Kingdom plan and goals. I guess that could be a little bit of what was there, right? And then we have kingdom structure. Okay, cool. So here you go, right? Here's something that's kind of more on the kingdom goals. Jump kingdom resources. They have guides. So again, those are there. Oh, my fam though, yeah, right. First server or two. I think the other one had one too as well. I think they had a boss ass gen. I just forgot to go look at it. But that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about there. Okay, and then we'll look at. We have introductions and resumes. So let's look if there's anything there. I don't see any. Main alliances. So I guess some introductions, kind of, but not dedicated, and nothing there that's kind of showing what the resumes are going to be. Okay, then we get to recruiting. So let's see here. We got recruitment text, and then okay, so we got some recruitment text. But again, remember, right? If I want to try and copy all of this as an example, and I just go to the chat room, right? It's not all going to work, right? The way that it should. So just bear that in mind. Then ready checks and meetings. I don't see anything here that's like a ready check channel. I don't see anything here that mentions meetings and when those might happen. So we kind of mean those by town halls. Okay, let's go next. So we got the wing jumpers. Okay, let's start with, I don't see a table of contents or anything like that. I see announcements. Some of these is kind of similar, right? Again, would like to just see a little bit more there. Positions and applications. Right, that looks like something. Positions, applications, where to recruit, lounge. Okay, I don't really see anything there. Other info, RoK guides. Okay, yes, I don't really see anything there for positions unless they're just already full. A jump plan. Do we have a jump plan? We have jumper info and recruitment, so that's not really a plan. This is more of an ad. Right, we have a kingdom. Okay, cool. So we got a kingdom plan. Not really a jump plan, but we have a kingdom plan, so I'll take that. Jump kingdom and resources, we have those down here. And let's look at, right, do we have, let's see here, how to jump. No, alliance, useful, best speed ups. Okay. And then we have, what do we have? Introductions, what do we see? Introductions and resumes. I don't see anywhere here where it says introductions, like who the leads are or anything like that. And then, right, recruiting. So I don't see, did they have a recruit? They did. So we have a recruitment channel here. But remember, right, you need that Word doc so that way you can format everything correctly if you want all of those things to be specifically done. And then a ready check in meetings. I don't see anything here. They do have these as far as where to recruit. Rules, RoK news. I don't see a ready check or meeting. So something to include. Let's go to the Immortal Family. No table of contents. We do have an announcement channel. Ooh, a lot of the same. And advertising. Let's go RoK library. Welcome rules, questions, introduce yourself, roles. Okay. And then we look at positions and applications. We have our, okay, so we do have some applications here. Okay, I do like where it says, if you're interested in being an R4, fill this form out. Okay, so again, they have something. How about a jump plan? I don't see anything here on a jump plan. I see Kingdom Vision, but there's nothing there. Okay, so nothing on jump plan, nothing on Kingdom goals, and then how about jump Kingdom resources? So we do, okay, we have some. Introductions and resumes. I don't see anything here that says introduction, who the people are, no resumes listed. And then let's look at recruiting. We do have recruiting servers, and we have our ad, right? So cool, they have something. Then we get to ready check and meetings. I don't see anything here about a ready check, redeem, jump countdown. Yep, nope. I don't see anything here about meetings. Okay, next one, we're going to do Project Elden Royalty. And let's start at the top here. All right, so important. Okay, cool. So we got a ready check, but you only need one. Right, I think maybe it's just linking to that. So, okay. Table of contents, though. I don't see one here. Server stats, I don't need that. Glad you're here. Oh, here we go. Hang on. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Bam, so we got one. Right, so Project Elden Royalty has theirs, where Scarlett wrote this one up, right? This is, again, I think this is good, right? You have this listed out. I probably would, I don't really know if you need the whole, like, spacing, part 1, part 2. I just think you break it up, right, so to speak, and maybe you kind of do it by category if you need to, and just format it a little bit. Try to keep these to one line if you're able to. That's always good, just so it doesn't come off as too much. And also remember, you want to try and have it be just one page, right? You don't want people to have to scroll. Like I'm doing now. You want it to kind of be one page readable, and that's typically the best thing to do. And you don't always have to have every single channel listed. I would just say the important ones are good. But the fact that this exists, you are the first project that we've looked at so far, so I have to give kudos. Okay, then we go to announcements. So let's do announcements. And this is a lot. Again, I like how there's an attempt to at least break it up a little bit here. But, I mean, again, I probably would... I don't know. I mean, I think the formatting could just be a little bit better. But I do like that there was at least an attempt here. And that still helps, regardless. So, that was okay. I don't know if there's... I guess there's some consistency across. But yeah. So, right. And remember, you don't always have to get everything out in one post. You can break them up, right? Especially if, right, we hadn't started yet. I think they said the 26th. So you have opportunities. Positions and applications. Self-roles, kingdom leadership. I don't see positions. Here we go. Apply for position. R4. Oh, see, I like how it says R4, R5. Right, that's nice. So, okay, they have something. Jump plan. How about a jump plan? I don't think there's anything here on entertainment that I need. General area. Yeah, nothing. How about a jump plan? I have kingdom goals, server rules, server directory, self-roles. I don't see a jump plan as far as like what to do jumping, but they have a kingdom goals. So again, that's good. Right? They got kingdom goals and then we have some kingdom rules, but nothing's there. Okay, and jump kingdom resources. Okay, we have some of those down here, and then introductions and resumes. So okay, so cool. Look, we do have some positions here, and okay, cool. Right, so we do have some introductions. Awesome. Not sure if we have kind of resume portions that are listed, but we do have those. So great. Okay, cool. And then let's look at recruiting, ready checks, and meetings. So we have advertisements and servers to do those in. Cool. And then ready checks and meetings. Verification. We do have a ready check and then meetings. I don't see anything here on meetings, but again, I like that they have a ready check. The important thing here is you got to go through this, though. And we'll touch on that here in a little bit. Okay. And then let's get to the next one. So I think we're getting pretty close here to the end, man. This is a lot. I did not think I was in this many. Ooh, I don't know if I can even understand anything here. I can't. Okay. So this is Rise of Phoenix. I don't think they had anything there in English, but let me... Yeah, they don't. Oh, hang on. I saw something. Yeah, no. Okay. So we're going to go Black Wave, big jump. And... Okay. Reception, new date. I don't know what that means, but okay. So we got welcome, register a project. Channels. Maybe this is it. Oh, cool. So look, they do actually have a table of contents, right? Okay, so this is a little nicer, right? And maybe a spacing between that and the other one. I don't know if we need to have all the numbers that are listed. Again, keep the font easy, not hard to read, right? Remember, less is more. Strive for simple elegance, and. Okay, but again, right, they at least have this listed, right? Most of these are single line with some that are double line. But again, the fact that they have this is great. And then we have an announcements channel. So, announcements, okay, kind of a little all over the place, it looks like. Positions and applications, there's another announcement channel here. Oh, dude, these are just confusing me. It's like, it just feels like it's all over the place. Okay. And then we got positions and applications. This is just so hard to read. I feel like I'm straining my eyes right now. I don't... Come here. Come sit. I'm going to change it in a second, okay? Let me finish first, please, okay? Come on, come and sit. I will change it in a second. Let me finish, okay? Thank you. Okay. So nothing really here on this one for that. I don't see a jump plan. I don't... Wait. I don't see a jump plan. I see project. So this is a little bit. This is a lot, though. Oh, man. Okay. And then let's look at kingdom plans and goals. Remember, if we're here, we're being quiet, please. Okay. Okay. So don't really see a lot. Oh, here we go. Initial final kingdom, announcements, nothing. Okay, let's move on. Let's go. I'm almost done. Wait, please. Okay, then we got Rings of Justice. Let me see. I don't see a table of contents. I don't see... Is there an announcement channel? Our plan, message. Welcome. Rules. Community. Be quiet, please. Thank you. Okay. I don't see any announcements. Ooh, not a lot of stuff here. Okay, we're going to move on. Let's look at Legend of the... I'm almost done. Hang on, sweetie. And then I'll go change. Here, go get a banana, and then I'll open it. Go. It's in the fridge. Go get one. I'll get it. Okay. And let me see here. So we got Legend of the Four Emperors. Doesn't seem like a lot here on this one. Partners, advertisements. So everyone, there's stayed in Four Emperors advertising. Last one was on 10/18. Ooh, wow. So it's been a minute. Okay, we're gonna move to the next one. It's been a while. Okay. Then we'll take a look here. I don't see anything for table contents or index. Alliance servers. I don't even see an announcement channel, really. Wow. Wow. Greetings, maybe? No. Okay. No announcement channel. That's interesting. Positions, applications. Don't see anything there. Jump plan, kingdom plan. I don't see anything. All I see is servers and alliance servers, which is probably just to promote in. Definitely needs a bit. Okay, let's look at the Empire. So for Empire, let's look at what we actually need support. I don't need that. Chat area, I don't need that. Recruitment, we can leave that up. Alliance area, we can leave that up. Fun room, I don't think we need. And then guides will drop down. Okay, so let's look. Do we have a index or table of contents? I don't see anything here for that. Self-roles, enrollment, welcome room, maybe in welcome? Okay, they have some. Okay, so they have some here, right? And if this is their most important ones, then that's fine. Okay, announcements. I think we have announcements. Where did I see that? News. So let's look here. Again, would like for this to be just a little bit more so you kind of know what you're getting into without having to read it, right? Kind of like your chapters in a book, right? Or chapters in the textbook. It's just important to have those listed. Let's see here. How alliances work. Oof. Okay, right, so here's an attempt. This looks a little better, where you have some, right, an attempt being made there. I'd like for that to be a little more consistent, right? Nothing really. Just kind of more like small. It kind of just reminds me of like the tweet updates, so to speak. So a little bit more there. Positions and applications. And I think they're probably already going. Okay. If we don't see any, that's fine. Maybe they're just already in to theirs, right? I think. Yeah. So it looks like they already started, so they're kind of already a little ways in. Let's look at. So they might not even have positions and applications, even though you still should, right?
The bananas are brown and black.
Oh, okay. I'm about to go get some new ones then. Okay.
I got sticks.
Okay, you can. Okay, you can have that, sweetie. Okay. So let's look here. We got R4 recruitment. Okay, so they actually have like details out of what those are going to be. Positions. We have an application form, so that's good. Jump plan, kingdom plan. Let's see here. I don't see anything there that's listing that out. Where to recruit, enrollment. Okay, we got a kingdom plan. Cool. I don't know if we have a jump plan, but okay. But we at least have that. Okay, awesome. And then we got jump kingdom resources right down here with the guides. Awesome. And then we need introductions, resumes. So this is really important. So we have leader profiles. Cool. Awesome. This looks good, right? Looks like it's a little more consistent here with what they're looking for. I like how this person formatted their stuff. I can actually take something from that right there. But again, I like this. Actually, it looks like they do have some formatting, right? Lions, goals, strengths. I like this. This is actually well done, right? I'd like for there to be a little clearer. Like, it'd be cool if everyone kind of used a similar format, whether it's bolds, underlines. But I like how they've kind of followed something top down. This is actually well done. Okay. Then we look at recruiting. And we have recruiting. Cool. And then how about ready check meetings? So let's look for that. I don't see anything there on ready check meetings. So maybe that's something. I mean, not that they need that. Not necessarily the ready check, but the meetings portion. Okay, so nothing really there. Let's look at Lord's Family. Lord's Family, we have entry, so no index. Got voice channels, don't really need those. Applications, we'll toss that down. Others, okay, don't really need that. General chats, don't really need that. Games and fun, we got extra chats, and then we got guides. Cool. So, oh wow, we actually have a ready check channel. That's cool, awesome. But remember, make sure we're updating this. But I like that we have it. No table of contents. We have an announcement channel. Kind of similar, right? I mean, it looks like they're already in, but this would just be nice. to have. So I might just stop this here because I think the rest of these that I have down probably have already started. And let me just double check that. If I see Project Genesis, okay, yeah. So these ones, the ones that we're looking at right now, actually have already started. But I'll just do this as my last one here. So again, would like for these to be a little more formatted there. They do have some applications, which is good. We got some guides and resources. Don't say anything here about meetings. I don't know if there's anything here about a plan, but that could just already have been listed. Okay, so last thing we're going to take a look at now that I'm going to show you an example of is how I have mine set up, because we're at an hour, almost 10 minutes here, but I think that's just because we had more projects to go through this time, and I actually followed a consistent format this time around as well. So let me show you how I have mine, right? So if I go to Rock Jumper Project, you might initially just be thinking, man, this is really simple. Well, it is. It's designed that way. So you'll see here I have a Start Here section, right, at the very top, so it's very clear on where you need to go, and I have it in kind of bolded letters, right? It just doesn't need to be fancy or faded or anything like that. And so then I have, here's just some channels that you can see are not necessarily, I don't know if these are all the channels, but these are what I think are the most important ones. And then I have brief introductions, not a lot to read, right? You want people to get the information, get in, get out, and then go ahead and move on. We have a sign-off channel. This is something that is pretty simple and straightforward, right? I have all of my things formatted. You can see here there's not a lot that's written per each one, just really trying to keep it brief and concise. I have a few what I think are important points above. And then breakdowns, right? You can see nothing really comes off as a wall of text. Nothing comes off as though, you know, it's 5 words or something like that. And then we get to the very bottom, which details out what I think is really important for... Yes?
Can I apple?
Yes, you can. Go ahead.
But I want to have...
Okay, I'll get it for you in a sec. Come sit. I'm almost done, okay?
I don't want this though.
Okay, I know. I'm almost done. Hang on, sweetie. We'll wait for a little bit, okay? And then I'll go get you the apple. Okay? Thank you, sweetie. Okay, so, and then we get to... then we get... Here, you can watch that. Go. And then we...
Honey, I can't want to follow.
Okay, here.
Hey, honey.
I will help you. And let's do this. Okay, go. There you go.
Thank you.
Yeah. Here, go ahead and sit down. I'll be right there. Okay. And as we're rounding out. So the important thing here that I was trying to mention before about having a sign-off channel is that the important thing to take away here is that you want to actually go through this and you want to look at everyone's name and then you want to go here to your server settings, right? If you own the server, and you would go to members and you want to look up the people's names to make sure that they're still there in your server. If they're not, then you'd go here to reactions and I would click this X here on the right. You want to make sure that this is always up to date. And that's something I don't necessarily know if a lot of other projects do, or if they have a sign-off channel, are they going through and kind of giving it that TLC, that level of care and diligence, because that's really what you should be doing. You want to make sure this is updated often. Not to say that it maybe needs to be updated every day, but every couple days, maybe once a week or so, you know, is ideal to try and do that in. I have a jump announce channel, right? And here's an example of one I just posted yesterday. You can see here that it's not really that long. It appears long, but it's more kind of sectional information. So I can go here and I kind of see, hey, this is what this section is. This is what it talks about. Here's links to the actual channels themselves, right? This is what I think is really important when it comes to having this information available and just explaining. Now, obviously, my project is still in the recruitment phase. We don't have enough leaders to actually start yet, so that's why you'll see some of the information. But the way that it's formatted and it's organized, I think is really important. And you can see that with other consistent posts for the most part. And some of these you'll see here, right, where it's, I've made a long, and this is what I touched on before. I made a long post, and then I have a follow-up that says, hey, just a friendly reminder, because nothing has really changed. And I reference that. So, again, right, there's certain times, but most of mine are usually well written out, I believe. And then we get to just a jump chat. We have a jump questions channel. I have a positions channel, and the way that I have my positions channels written out, you can see here where I kind of have the spacing between this one and the bottom one, right, using the line breaks here. And then you just have everything detailed out. Each of my positions have an application form, and they have a video that references to what the position is. It's a guide, right? So if you want to know how to be a war rep or be a part of the recruiting department, here's a video on being a recruiter, being a warlord, being an intelligence officer, doing diplomacy. And so, right, these are things that I have. And again, anyone can use these videos. These are guides I've made myself, but just to kind of give you an idea. right? And then I have a jump plan. My jump plan is essentially kind of a guide, but it also walks you through what you're going to do in each kingdom, right? That's kind of what I would consider to be a jump plan. So people know, like, hey, I'm going to walk you through it visually, and I'm also going to give you a video that you can watch too as well, right? So I have a written walkthrough guide, I have this that I put together, and I have a video guide as well. And then we have jump goals, right? These are kind of kingdom goals, and it even says that Kingdom Foundation, but I label it like that so people know. Then I have resources, and here's an example of how I do my resources. You don't need to have 1,000 channels, right? You can have one channel and just organize it appropriately. You don't need to have all these different separate guide channels and all this extra stuff, right? You can refer people to good source material that others have already worked on, right? And is good. There's a lot of good, amazing, talented players out there that have written up and have done a lot of quality work to do pretty much a lot of that for us. We don't have to sit here and rewrite stuff on our own. So this is what I refer to as good starting points. And then we have a jump resume section, right? So this kind of lists out, my resume, myself, right? And I don't necessarily have kind of an introduction so far, right? And then one of my leads here, right, who has a little bit of theirs. But again, we really haven't, this is from a while ago, right? So those will be updated. I just haven't released any of mine yet because the way I do it is that I just don't release any of the introductions and resumes until we officially have the needed people that we need. And as I'm saying that, and I want to point this out, is that I have mentioned that in announcements, but I probably should put that in this channel as well to heed my own advice. And then I have an FAQ section. This isn't too long, but this just kind of gives you frequently asked questions and answers, and then I just have a couple that are there. I have a Final Kingdom timeline. So this kind of gives you an example of how it plays out, right? What our hope is to do at certain stages in the kingdom. And I think this helps with teaching and educating players on what they can expect to happen as we play along in a kingdom. And then I have a help recruit channel here, which I have the ad. I have a Google Doc to that ad. And then I also have servers to recruit from. So if anyone wants to find Discords that you can go to, right? And I think I just posted this yesterday, and I haven't even made another announcement for this as well. But I have this here, and then you can see how I've listed mine. I encoded all of the links, so I have it all alphabetized, and then I tell them active link or server code, and then I list that out in the help recruit portion there at the bottom. And then I have a RoK bot, which I'm like 50-50 on this, but people use it often, so I leave it. And then I have a jump meetings channel, right? And in the meetings channel, this is where I have people are able to kind of see the VOD. So I record all the meetings and I post those. We also ask people what days and times of the week that they're able to attend, and we kind of choose the ones that have the most reactions from. This is, in short, a way where we can increase the attendance from people being able to make meetings. That I think is really important, having the more people that are there. And I could probably just delete this countdown thing. Okay, and that kind of just sums it up, right? Again, just wanted to kind of give you guys an example of how I go about doing mine so I can show you kind of a reference that I think is really important, right? So we had a table of contacts and index, we had announcements, we had positions and applications, we had a jump plan, we had a kingdom plan, we had resources, we had introductions and resumes, I had recruiting information, I have a ready check, and I have a meetings channel, right? The kind of 10 minimum core parts that I think every Discord project or every project's Discord should have on there to list this information out. And I think that will allow for you to appear more professional, more organized, more well put together. And I hope that it will maybe even kind of improve the success rates for a lot of projects that are out there. So that is it for me. I can't believe I'm almost at an hour and 20 minutes. I know we've had a few hurdles along the way, but it's a lot of projects to review. I think I ended up doing like 2 to 3 more than maybe I needed to because they had already started, but I just still wanted to be able to give you guys some additional references. With that in mind, again, let me know what you guys think, right? This is kind of not an easy feat. There's not really a fast or quick way to go through all of these, and I always want to make sure that I'm doing as much attention to detail as we can while trying to go through somewhat of an outline that I can stick to try and not make these videos too long. And again, I'll have all these time carded and everything, but let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. That is it for me. As always, until next time, I will catch you all later.